All right, everyone, welcome back to Cheddar's News Wrap. There are lots of questions surrounding the flu this season, as the nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, and other health officials have warned of a possible twindemic that could happen if both flu cases and the coronavirus begin to rise in the fall and winter. And recently, President Trump has again compared COVID-19 to the flu, with many health experts saying this is, in fact, a dangerous comparison. Alice Benjamin, clinical nurse specialist and family nurse practitioner, is here to help set the record straight on the most common a dangerous comparison. Alice Benjamin, clinical nurse specialist and family nurse practitioner, is here to help set the record straight on the most common misconceptions surrounding the flu. And unfortunately, Alice, there are many of them. Thank you for taking the time. Look, as we get a little closer here to flu season, I mean, it's already October 8th. We're basically there. What are the typical flu symptoms to be on the lookout for? How can people best differentiate those symptoms from what we know from the coronavirus?
Right, so that's really a great question because the two disease processes actually have symptoms that overlap. So some of the signs of flu include fever, cough, short of breath, headaches, stuffy nose, chills, body aches, and a sore throat. Those are sometimes the same symptoms that people with COVID will have. And so the number one way to know the difference between the two is to actually get tested by your provider. But I mean, definitely, if you have either of those symptoms, you're going to want to make sure that you're taking good care of yourself and make sure you talk to a healthcare provider.
Alice, you know as well as I do, unfortunately, there are so many misconceptions. Among them, the flu kills many more people a year than what we've seen out of COVID-19. Please help us set the record straight. What should people know?
Actually, that is false. Although we're new dealing with COVID-19, what we do know that it's killed over 210,000 Americans, and that's more than the last 5 flu seasons all put together. So the flu is very contagious. It can be deadly, but COVID-19 has been much more so. So please just know that COVID-19 is more deadly than the flu.
Alice, here's a big one. The flu shot is going to give you the flu. I hear that every year. On this also, what should people know?
No, that is not true at all. It's important to know that you should get a flu vaccine, but it does not cause the flu. It's made with an inactivated virus, a weakened virus. So it's enough to tickle your immune system so that your body develops antibodies, but it's not strong enough to cause the flu. And if you do develop the flu, sometimes, unfortunately, it could be that you may have been exposed to a flu virus that wasn't included in the protection of our current flu vaccine.
So speaking of these shots and giving you protections here, another myth is that the flu vaccine itself will help protect you against COVID-19. True or false?
That is false. As much as I wish that is true, COVID-19 and the flu are two different disease processes that are caused by flus, but two different types of flu. COVID-19 comes from the SARS-CoV-2, which is the coronavirus family, and the flu is caused by various strains of the influenza family. So the annual flu vaccine really targets 3 to the top 4 flu viruses that cause influenza. So it does nothing for COVID-19. Sorry, guys.
Fair enough. Alice, there's always talk that people who have egg allergies should not get the flu shot. I've frequently seen these links, people talking about it. What should people know about this one?
That used to be true. However, according to the CDC, that people that do have egg allergies still can and should get a license-approved vaccine. Now, the vaccines are made with egg technology. However, it's so little that their research shows that only 1 in every 1 million people actually develop an anaphylactic reaction. But still, talk to your healthcare provider if you have any type of allergies. And the truth is, if you do have a very severe enough allergy and you're still concerned, you do have flu vaccine options that don't have any egg proteins in them.
All right, Alice, true or false? You can only get the flu during flu season. What do you think?
That's false. I know it sounds really weird. Flu season generally starts late September, early October, and can last all the way to May, and it peaks during December and February. However, what we do know is that there are various influenza strains out there, and they're always in circulation throughout the year here in the United States.
All right, final myth I want you to help me dispel here, Alice. You don't need to get the flu shot every year. Talk to me about the frequency of this thing. What's true, what's false?
So the truth is that you do need to get a new flu vaccine every year, and it's mainly for two reasons. One is that the immunity that we develop from a vaccine actually will wane after a period of time. It actually goes away. It's not permanent, guys. And for two, the flu season, the flu viruses that are in circulation change, they mutate, and our scientists do the best job to try to identify the top 3 to 4 strains that they believe will be in circulation, and that's how they create our flu vaccine. So one flu vaccine may differ from the very next flu vaccine, so you got to get it every season.
All right, fair enough. I will say I know my mother is so happy that every September, Alice, I'm first in line at my local CVS to get my flu shot. Don't worry, Mom. I've got mine for the season. In addition to the flu shot, what else, Alice, do you most recommend people do to help stay healthy and safe, especially as the winter or the weather gets a little bit cooler? There's a lot of health concerns. People want to avoid that twindemic that Dr. Fauci has talked an awful lot about.
Absolutely. You want to do everything you can to protect yourself. And there are several things you can do, starting with the inside out. You want to get plenty of rest, stay hydrated, eat a well-balanced diet, and add things like zinc, garlic, vitamin C, D, and E. Those are actually nutrients that you can add that can help boost our immune system.